Hi everyone. I hope wherever you are right now that you're doing okay. I understand most of Australia is in lockdown right now. Thankfully, Vic, surprisingly, isn't for once. But who knows? That could change overnight, as we all know. Anyway, today I wanted to show you the new Search Console Insights, which rolled out to all accounts, all Google Search Console accounts at the start of this month. And I think it's a great tool, especially for business owners, maybe probably business owners who also don't have someone like me working on their account, because what this new report does is it brings data from your Google Search Console account and your Google Analytics account, and it brings it all together. So instead of going here, there, and everywhere to see all this data, you can now see it in the one spot. So what I'll do is, in this newsletter, I'm going to include a link so you can click on it and it should take you directly to your report. You can also, as you can see here, so the wine blog that I've worked on for coming up to 12 years now, I'm going to show you that wine blog's report for this. So what you can see is when I do log into my Google Search Console account, there's actually a box up the top here which you can click on. I'm not sure if they're going to keep it like this or if eventually they're going to put it into the left-hand side menu. But as mentioned, I'm going to include that direct link. So what you can do is, once you open up your special new report, your Search Console Insights, is you can bookmark it. So if you're using Chrome like I am, you can just hit that little star up there and you can add a bookmark. I'd recommend doing that because then you can easily get to it. Okay, so let's run through. So at the top here, you've got all-time page views. So this will be since you've set up your analytics and Google Search Console. So I set mine up obviously a long time ago. Okay, so now we get into the site overview. So this looks at the past 28 days. So if you are going to review this report, perhaps, setting aside an hour at the end of the month might be a good time to do it. So what you see here is you get page views, and like you can see what I've just done, you can hover over to get a bit more information about what these metrics mean. You get average page view duration, so how long people are spending on pages, which is pretty cool. Again, you can click on these little like graduation hats and click through and learn some more about this report as well. Moving on down, so next up we look at what new content has been added to the site. So from my perspective, see, I'll be looking at these reports for all my clients when I do my end of month reporting. And for some of those really big sites that I work on, it'll be great for me to come in and go, okay, they have added some new content. I will then look to optimize that coming month. So as you can see here, I have added a couple of new blog posts to my blog this month. It's great to see one of my new blog posts has a high average duration. So people are spending about 8 minutes 30 on it, which I'm super, super happy about. With this one here, no images pulling through. So I may click through, as you can see, you can click through to Page Insights, click through, have a look a bit more about that, and maybe analyze why this little image is not showing, because that means potentially on the mobile search results, you do sometimes see images, and this may mean that my image is not pulling through. So I might want to problem solve that. And for that actual issue, I have resolved already anyway. So the report's just lagging a little bit in terms of pulling that through. Okay, so next up, you've got your most popular content. So what has been trending over the last 28 days. This is no surprise to me. I know that these are my top posts. So if you do want any tips on how to deal with a wine hangover, let me know and I can point you in the right direction. However, if you do Google, I think wine hangover cures, wine hangover, etc., you will see Traveling Corkscrew as one of those top results. Yes, I hope all my clients enjoy that little bit of extra from me. And of course, I've got like a mulled wine recipe blog post, which is really trending right now because obviously it's winter. So you can as well, you can scroll through to see a bit more, to see what is trending. And like I mentioned here, you can see those top search queries, which are driving people to those pages. So for example, for my top post, which has had over 6,000 page views for the last 28 days, the top search term which was driving traffic to that post was International Rosé Day, which was last week, I think. Okay, so let's continue to move on down here. Next up, we see how people find your website. So with my wine blog, it is purely a hobby and I don't put any money or anything into it like that. So it is mostly all organic search. It's also my platform to practice all my SEO skills. So it's no surprise that 91% of my traffic's from organic search. So that is from obviously Google search, but it can come from Bing, DuckDuckGo, any search engine like that, as long as it's just an organic search result, not a paid ad like Google Ads or anything. Direct, so that is if someone directly comes to the site. So if they're typing in travelingcorkscrew.com.au, that is direct. As most of my clients will know, I hate direct traffic because it's also where Google puts things where it can't determine actually the source it came from. So if you're running, say, Facebook ads and you don't tag them correctly, Google will put them into that direct bucket. So you do have to be careful with that. If you've got a lot of direct traffic, you may want to troubleshoot and see why that is. And then obviously social is any traffic coming to my blog from social media. So say I post a link on Facebook, people click from Facebook to my blog, that is social traffic. Okay, moving on down. So Google search, how visitors find your site on Google. So this is looking at those search terms people are typing in. I love this section. Obviously, keywords, search terms are a big thing for SEO because at the end of the day, someone types something in to get your result. So the more we can learn about what your target audience is typing in, the better we can hone your SEO strategy. So you can toggle between two options here. So your most searched queries and the most trending queries, which I find really interesting. So my blog's probably not a good example because they're very similar. So within this list of most search queries, we do have a couple of general, not seasonal queries, I guess you could say. We've got dry white wine and wine holidays. And you can also see, as you can see here, that those two there in the top 5 results, which is great. Whereas your trending query, so as you can see, this was for Rosé Day, which is a one-off annual event every year, and mulled wine, which of course it's winter, it's cold, people are looking that up. And like that above little box, you can toggle through and see up to 50 different search terms for that. So that's pretty cool too. Next up, we look to the referring links from other websites. So this is where, say, a blogger or a business directory has a link to your website, and people are then clicking on that link to come to your website. So for my wine blog here, so my top referring links I've got is FeedSpot, which is a big website that pulls in a lot of feeds from different blogs. So I think for Traveling Corkscrew, it's listed in the top 50 or top 100 wine blogs in the world. So that gets me a lot of traffic. I'm not too sure what this manager, okay, that looks fairly irrelevant to me. And then Birch Family Wines, they have listed me in a I think top 5 Aussie wine bloggers post. So again, that's I already knew about that. So again, you can click through to see more data there. And you can also see the newest referring links. So if you have been working on, or you did a guest post for someone, or you were mentioned in a news article, you should hopefully see that within here too. So I actually haven't looked at mine, these ones recently. So what I'm probably going to do after this is I'm going to have a look through. You can click on them and you can actually see where you were mentioned. So it's always quite interesting. And then lastly, what we've got here is social media. So it's how visitors get to your site from which social media channels. And this is really great for business owners, because I know even personally for myself with Grand Cru Digital, I put a lot of time into social media because that is pretty much my marketing. And for me, I actually get a lot of business from Instagram. So it is a very important part of my marketing strategy. So if you are putting a lot of time and effort into your social media, then it is really nice to come in here and see, okay, so over the last 20 days, I've had about 280 page views from social media. They're spending about 2.5 minutes on my pages. And for me, so for my blog, the biggest driver is Facebook. So something to bear in mind as well for this. So Facebook, you can obviously post links directly. So you can post a link to a new blog post, people can click on it and go straight to your blog. Whereas for Instagram, as you know, it's a little bit trickier. You've only got the link in bio, or if you have, I think it's over 10,000 followers, you can then do the swipe up in stories to go to your blog. But as we all know, it is really hard to move people from social media to your website. It's not impossible, but it is difficult just because people, they're on social media, and to get them out of social media, you've really got to entice them. And the social media platforms also try and discourage it because they want people to stay within their app or on their social media site. Okay, so there you have it. And in that social media box as well, you can scroll through. So as you can see here, you've got Instagram, so that will be the link in bio, and then you've got Instagram stories here. So for me, that's a lot better than my link in bio based on my time on site. Twitter, WordPress, and their LinkedIn, Snapchat, etc. So there you have it. That is the new Google Search Console Insights. I think this is a fantastic report for any business owner to bookmark and to have a look at, just even once a month, and see what's happening on your site. And like I said, it brings together data from 2 platforms in an easy to read and understand format. So I hope this little walkthrough has helped you digest this report a little bit. If you do have any questions, please do email me back or reach out on social media, and we can chat about it a bit more, and I can explain any of these metrics that you may or may not understand. Okay, so that's that. Enjoy your day. Have a good week. Stay safe, and I will chat with you soon. Bye, everyone.